Hey traders from around the world, this is Jerremy Alexander Newsome with Real Life Trading, and it is indeed Fantastically Fun Friday, October the 23rd. It's about 12:30 Eastern Standard Time right now, and we got ourselves a market. You guys know what I'm about to do, right? I'm going to hop over to the weekly chart. I'm going to show you guys the weekly, and then I'm going to go over here to 2011, show you 2011, and say with reckless abandonment, told you so. There it is. Almost an identical candle. Almost identical. So it's playing out truly, truly identical. It's like Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen twins. This looks just perfect. So at this particular point in time, I'm expecting a slight retest next week. As you can see, next week we got a little bit of a lower shadow and a black candle. So we opened, traded a little bit lower as a retest, and then popped at some point. So that's what I'm expecting next week if the correlation is really this perfectly spot on. Then from there, something like this, and then whenever that occurs, boom, let's go bullish. Today is definitely a profit-taking day. It's a Friday, slower day, kind of a little bit of a spinning top at the moment on the DIA. Here's your long-term moving averages. We're just kind of sitting on top of the 200 right now on the Dow Jones ETF and just kind of chilling. Here's the SPY. Shout outs to Carrie Ann. She at the time didn't like the fact that she exited, but she had a 206, 207 expiring today, and she had a contract or two and got out yesterday as the SPY kept going bullish, which is beautiful, Carrie Ann. I'm glad you did that, because if you didn't, you'd probably be crying right now, because it would have been really, really tough to get out for a profit, especially since it expired today. Obviously, you could have rolled it up maybe, and that's what we might do on this one, but I have a week left. And again, following the 2011 patterns, I'm anticipating a little bit of a pullback next week, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday sometime, where I will look to exit the 206, 207 bear call spread. And if it doesn't do that, believe it or not, I might roll it up a little bit above this high for November, as I expect a little bit of a pullback. Again, small one, so we'll see what's going on. Let's talk about earnings. Amazon. Everyone's talking about Amazon. So on Amazon, I've posted, if you follow us on TradingView, awesome. If you don't, you should. There's a lot of other people who do, about half of 1,000. And I did post three analysis really on Amazon for earnings. So here's what I got so far. This is an intraday trade, a day trade that we're looking at going slightly bullish on Amazon. Now, keep in mind, everything is subject to change due to volatility today, but really decent gap, and it did gap to a good location. I do like this pullback. I really anticipated some profit taking on Amazon today. So my thought is, let the pullback occur, something like this, and if we get some really good buying off of 580, 585, 590, be bullish on Amazon. This is a bullish gap. It's an all-time high. Market's at an all-time high. Let the pullback happen, which I do anticipate a little bit of a pullback happening. And then longer-term bull put spreads could be in the 530, 520, 510 range. Put sales as well for my non-directional traders. Or if you're looking into buying some calls or some shares, again, on the pullback and on the bounce, go with it. Same strategy for Google. Alphabet, whatever. Same strategy, different stock. And again, really beautiful gap, all-time high. To retest gap based on this candle, breaking out of a distribution phase, let it retest a little bit, let it bounce, and non-directionally it could be some bull put spreads, and just keep letting it happen. Apple hasn't had earnings yet, still trading sideways. Well, not really, actually. It did actually pop last 3 or 4 days. Now, good for Stan. Stan mentioned the other day that he was into some 107 weeklies, anticipating a little bit of a run-up on Apple, and it did run up nicely. Today was a great bullish retest gap on Apple. So it gapped up right where I wanted it to, right above resistance. And if I hop in here to the 5-minute chart really quick, you'll see on the 5-minute, beautiful hammer candle formed, a little bit of a black candle, entry, stop. On a weekly option, ladies and gentlemen, that's 100% return right there in just a few minutes. That's an option expiring today. So Apple moved beautifully, traded right to the 100 simple moving average, which would have been, and it was my target. So I'm just kind of relaxing on Apple. And I anticipate Apple probably will gap bullish too. I don't know if it will, but at this point, now that we're up into the 118 area, I really want to clear 122. And if it gaps above 122, I'm going to have very similar sentiment at this moment with a run up into earnings. Bullish run up, stock gaps up, people take their profit, stock trades down, buy the bounce, boom, boom, boom. Same formation. Skechers, ladies and gentlemen, just abysmal. Talked about this yesterday, more or less. When it opened, go bearish. There's no way to go bullish on that gap. Incredibly hard to short this morning, so if you didn't get a chance to short it, no worries. But let me read you just some notes that occurred last night when Skechers was gapping down. This is just kind of funny to me. This is in our exclusive group chat that all members of the trading floor have access to. So Dean texted, he said, Skechers down 30% after earnings miss. Linderman, will the CEO get the boot? He may get his walking papers soon. Did he get tongue-tied explaining the debacle? Rob then says, yep, he has run out of time. Dean says the future of the company appears kind of sketchy. Keeps going on for a while. I love it. Terrence then says later, he says, who's the criminal at fault? Might need a sketch artist to identify. Solid. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful puns as always. That's one of the things real life trading is the best about. Great gap, below the 200. Anyway, just very, very hard to short. If you bought puts at the open, which I talked about yesterday in the afternoon trading floor, that's probably the best way to trade Skechers. At this point, I don't even know what's going to happen on those guys. But I'm glad that bubble finally popped. Pandora, huge gap down. A lot of volume today. Out of support. Have not traded Pandora at all today. Just kind of watching it, seeing what it's doing. Down at this level, though, I mean, it's breaking. Obviously, it's 52-week low. You have a strong gap action back in 2013, which is acting as a little bit of a support. Probably will trade sideways in here for a while, and then could pop bullish or bearish. I would assume bearish because really at this point, Pandora is a played-out innovation. You know, algorithmic streaming music. Really, at this point, it's not that hard, especially with YouTube coming out recently with its paid subscription, ad-free. Right, paid YouTube subscription. That's also probably why Google popped up a little bit as well, because it does own YouTube. At least I think they do. So that's really interesting to take an aspect of as well. So a lot of beautiful gaps today. Microsoft gaps. Again, pretty much the same analysis with everything else that I have out there. Great gap, breaking out of a distribution phase. That's why I think, as I mentioned earlier, depending on what earnings does, if these stocks gap up and bounce, if that's what, might be a leading indicator for what the market does. I do think the market goes higher, folks. Let it rest, let it pull back. And anyone who's bearish out there, good luck. I guess is all I got to say. So anyway, Microsoft. Karen made some good profits on this little trade that she had. So great job, Karen, on Microsoft. Again, huge gap, waiting for something like this. Ultimate target probably in the 60s on Microsoft in the next few months. Facebook has not had earnings yet, but it's in the triple digits finally. Beautiful, beautiful retest gap. Also all-time high. Also breaking out of a distribution phase. This is a collar strategy for some who might be in shares of Facebook, and just to protect yourselves over earnings to kind of see what it does and how it plays out. Last but not least, Alibaba. Alibaba on the day, a nice little bullish retest gap, traded right to the 100 simple moving average. Albert, your chief technology officer of real life trading, has a $77 covered call that's expiring today. And you'll probably get into some more as earnings comes up next week. So really interesting to see what happens out there, ladies and gentlemen. Keep your eyes on the prize, which is consistency, discipline, and risk mitigation. I'm going to be headed to Fort Lauderdale, Miami area this weekend. If you're hearing my voice, this is the last time to let me know if you're coming. Shoot me an email. We got 7 confirmed at this point. Meeting up. We're just doing like a relax clubhouse kind of meetup where we're just chilling by the pool, eating, drinking, talking, sharing charts, sharing stories, sharing experiences, real life stuff. Have a great day. Have a great weekend. I'll see you next week. And until next time, love life, live life, and trade it. See ya.